A new wave band released an EP that was originally supposed to be a full-length album on this day. The band's first two albums put them on the map, but they used up pretty much all of their pre-existing songs, which meant they were going to have to come up with a batch of brand new tunes. Even though it was early in the band's career, they felt constrained by outside expectations at this point. Raising the stress level was the fact that the band had bought a house together in upstate New York and members were living together. It created a strain. Eventually, their manager was adamant that they change their sound. He suggested a new producer, one who had previously toured with the band and knew them well. Unfortunately, he was already working on a musical score for a Twyla Tharp dance project. He worked on that during the day and with the band at night. Originally, the album was meant to be full length, and the producer definitely brought a new sound. He incorporated several elements from his work with his own band, including horn sections, synthesizers, and world beat influences. In the end, the band wasn't really ready with enough new songs and felt pressured by their manager. The label was getting impatient, and with the producer burning the candle at both ends, it was decided that a stopgap EP would be released instead. And on January 27, 1982, the B-52s released the David Byrne-produced Mesopotamia EP. It all ended up sounding as unfocused and depressed as the B-52s were. Drummer Keith Strickland later said, quote, "In 1980, we'd done 9 months of touring, and we were overwhelmed, overworked, and just kind of worn out with the whole thing. We were ready for a rest. It had really become work, and the fun and spontaneity of it was gone. Definitely gone." It wasn't a total loss, though. The EP charted on the Billboard 200 in the US and made the top 20 on the UK albums chart. But the reviews were unsurprisingly mixed. The B-52s eventually regrouped with reggae and dub-inspired producer Stephen Stanley for 1983's Whammy, quickly reimagining 3 of the abandoned tracks from the Mesopotamia sessions into something a lot more fun and suitably retro. Their brief experiment with seriousness had been abandoned.